This is day 11 of coding every day, I believe. This is gonna be a little bit of a short video. I'm just kind of trying to fix some errors from yesterday. So yesterday, I was trying to, excuse me, I was trying to make it a little bit more like object oriented in a way with like the server class, methods, and stuff like that. And then the main, so it's just gonna be very encapsulated and abstracted. So not like if you want to include it, it's not you're not gonna have see all these methods and stuff like that. And yesterday, so when I was making it, a lot of undefined references, and then after looking into it, I believe it's actually pretty simple. It's really just I wasn't including that what's it called? I wasn't including this implementation file with this, so it wasn't being linked properly from what I've seen. So let's see. So server start invalid use of non-static member function void server handle client declared here. No return statement and function returning non-void. Okay, let's see. So let's go check this out real quick. So first in this thread client, so it's saying here, so it's saying invalid use of non and member function start. So this, yeah. Invalid use of static member int. Oh, but it also doesn't return. So I'll just have it return 0 for now. It really should probably not be an int, but I'll have it just return 0 for now. You try to make it one more time. Okay, so invalid use of non-static member function. Handle client int server. Invalid use of non-static member function. Let's see. Just gonna probably do this. Ah, I see. So I think here, um, what's it called? I think I need to make this a static function handle client. Static. And then here, handle client. Static? What's wrong? Source class may not. Okay, so that was incorrect. Um, just try this one more time. Okay. Invalid use of non-static member function. Void server handle client int. Let's see. Okay, maybe it's because here I'm not doing server handle client. C or Control S, sorry, Control S. Save that. Let me try to make it. Still no. Huh. Hmm. Is it last instance if you are sure that external library just So from what I've seen online real quick, just Googling, um, it seems like when it's being called, um, so when it's calling this function, it's not, it can't tell which instance of an object is calling it. Handle client. Hmm. Let's see. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Not really sure how you would fix this. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. So maybe I'll try binding. Okay. So here, bind. So there's no bind. Should be. Not quite. Okay. Um, let's see. Functional. So it looks like for bind to work, I need to include functional. Um, let's see. bind. Ah, but I see. So bind. This should be standard bind. There you go. This one, I think. Callable thread. Hmm. Okay. I see. I see. So let me go to here. Um. Hmm. So it says so invalid use of non-stack members handle client in the thread. So. Hmm. 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 So I need to figure out how S to get STD bind to work. Hmm. Or maybe. Hmm. Let me check something. So it's 17, so it should be at least a plus. So it should be 11 plus, but functional. Functional. Yeah. So it should be spelled correctly. No instance of overloaded function matches the argument list. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe I could just try it. Okay. So I need to do the callable, which is the server, handle client. Um, I want this instant of an object, and then arguments, that client file descriptor. Then I detach it. Maybe this works. Okay, it does work. So I should have just ignored that error. But so it built, except failed, except failed, except failed. Hmm. So here in the start, client FD. So the accept is failing. Not sure why. Server socket, binded socket. Listen out on the server socket. Okay, well, in the creation, so in server, let me try something. So it doesn't even seem like the server's starting, or not starting, but like it doesn't feel like it's going here. So this should make that server, so it should pop up that first thing. Let's try it. Starting server, except fail, I'll clean up. So, okay, ignore this. Or continue, break. So it's not going through any of these, it looks like, but I'm not reaching here. Oh, somehow this ended up inside that. Wait, okay. Somehow this got a little bit messed up. So if, yep, if, tab this. Okay, if, okay. So it looks like the brackets got a little messed up, but that should work then. Let's try it. So it's listening out on port 8080, except failed. Hmm. So now the accept seems to be failing. So it's not even reaching here. Hmm. Why is the accept failing? Maybe it's the server socket is not actually being changed. Maybe it's because it's doing a local server socket, so maybe I should delete this, right? Oops. Because then it's going to be that, because in this, we have a server socket. So maybe because it's doing that all with a um, server socket inside this is range, I guess. I'm blanking on the term. Listening out on port 8080. Open in the browser. Okay, cool. Seems to be working. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys this real quick so you can see the Chrome. Like I said, so the 127. Yep. So it seems to be working. Okay. So it seems to be working. Um, Started to get it a little bit more in that object-oriented programming. I believe the so I believe the multi-threading, the concurrency should be working. I'll have to figure out a way to really test that later. But I think once I get that tested, make sure it works, I'll start implementing a thread pool. So instead of creating a thread for every client, I just manage a like pool of threads. So like let's say since in my listen I only have like 10 connections, so I only have like let's say 10 threads, and so like as a client uses it, it does this thread, but then when the client is done, then it sends the thread back to the pool to be reused. So I'll probably try to start implementing that. But to go over what we really fixed today, biggest thing was just this linker was this bigger thing, or not linker, but I didn't have the linked file, so it wasn't picking up in the main. It wasn't picking up this implementation file, and then also in this threading. So since I also started to make it a little bit more object oriented, um, the biggest thing was that uh, like, so this is object oriented. When I was calling this thread, it was calling it to like a generic function away, but it had no idea which instance of this object this function should be called on. So I'm binding it to this instance when it's called for start. So I'm binding it to this instance of the object. So like the current one, um, this is the callable function, and then this is just the arguments. Detach it so it runs independently. But that's really about it. I'll probably start trying to implement a thread pool, or after I test to make sure the multi-threading is working. But that's probably gonna be it for today. Got really just wanted to fix these bugs or in like a little bit of these errors. Um, but yeah, see you guys tomorrow.